Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We did it. We got ourselves outside. Finally, a rain-free, beautiful evening, followed by Sundays on Fridays. And I myself will be scooping with Lori Waldorf and making sure that everybody has a wonderful Sunday after services. As our service begins, just a few reminders. First of all, if you have a cell phone, we ask that you take a moment just to silence it and make sure that it is in off or silent mode. If you have children with you, there's plenty of place for them to run around, but the service is also streamed in room 2 in the building in case you need a break. And as we begin, what makes Shabbat so special is the opportunity to get to know one another. So I invite you to look around, find a person you don't know, really find a person you don't know, introduce yourself to that person, and wish them Shabbat Shalom. We are so happy to have our band with us this evening. Thank you, Rock Shabbat Band, for being here and elevating the beautiful music and the spirituality of our Shabbat. I also want to make sure to thank Amanda, who's streaming our service, and also to thank Martine, our custodian, who has been working like a dog. Chino has been off this week, and he has done everything in the synagogue from morning to night. And so if you see him, just thank him for being such a wonderful and generous and hardworking human being. Also, just want to remind you that September 9th, I know it feels far away, but we'll be having our block party and Slichot celebration. We'll be changing the Torah covers into the new Torah covers. And this is the time that we start preparing for the holy days. And Rabbi Falco, you're leading a class?
Yes, on the 22nd, it's Embracing Elul, and we'll be preparing ourselves for the days of awe and the high holidays to come.
So please join him as we all get ourselves together. The Slichot block party is also going to have food trucks and bouncy houses, because nothing says I'm sorry like a good bouncy house. And there'll be hard cider tasting and honey tastings. So I hope you'll all come out. We're going to begin on page 3 with the lighting of the Shabbat candles and the blessing over the wine. And it is my pleasure to call up Cheryl and Bruce Cooper to lead us in the blessings.
Open gate, the arc of evening slowly turning, the sun's blue shadows washed away, the gate still open as 3 stars wait to pierce the sky. In the corridor where night bears its maze, you begin again.
You have to.
Oh. I have to what?
Do you want me to do?
Yes.
Sometimes that's just easier.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed is the Eternal One, Sovereign of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Let us hallow the Sabbath day
in remembrance of creation, as we bless the source of life, so are we blessed.
Stars reflect off heaven's hem as Shabbat enters quietly. Other, over, away all week, Shabbat is the fruit of 6 days' imaginings. Hushed and soft with tender smile,
Shabbat greets us as we raise our cups.
Shabbat perches upon the rim and nods as we bless and praise and remember. Come again to us, gracious host. Fill our hearts with peace. Come sing with us, sweet singer. We will fill our mouths with praise.
Surround us with Shabbat's beauty, all time and a day. Surround us with the faces of our dear ones, now and then and still to be.
Come again to us, gracious host. Come again as Shabbat is seated at our table. Come sing with us, sweet singer, as Shabbat fills our home with peace. Baruch
Ta Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, me'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Good.
I could even drink it.
There is this beauty to Shabbat that we sing Lecha Dodi, and we welcome the Sabbath bride. And the tradition is on the last verse that we rise and we face the door. But there's no door out here. So I invite you, when we rise in that moment, look to the place that you imagine the Sabbath bride will arrive. Maybe she's arriving in the big truck over there. Maybe she's up in the sky, maybe in the trees, maybe in the faces of those around you. Look where you will find love and welcome her with your open heart.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dikur echad, ishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shemo tiferet v'liti la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Liktot Shabbat, v'chur v'necha, v'chor ha'beracha, merosh mikadem nesuka, sofa aseh v'machshavat tchila, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech, uri, 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 shir daberi, ki ba'Adonai ha'iti, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Dodi, likrat kala, v'nipnei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, tov emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat
Rakala, Bene Shabbat Mikabel Adodi, Rakala, Bene Shabbat Mikabel la 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 Lechadodi, Rakala, Bene Shabbat Mikabel Adodi, Rakala, Bene Shabbat Mikabel.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. ועלמא יברח ירותי וימליך מלכותי. וחיי כל יום אחד ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה לשמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן מעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Together in the Hebrew on the bottom of page 7. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach sha'arim uvitvuna mishane itim umachalif et hazmanim umisader et hakochavim v'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla Golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 8. With the numbers of those here recounted, our ancestors, God led us into the wilderness, divided the Red Sea for us, spoke to us from the fires of Sinai, revealed God's self to Moses in a rushing wind. Earth, water, fire, and air, these are the elements of our existence. God gave them to us on the day of creation, gave them to us at the time of the Exodus, gives them to us every day of our lives. Oh, praise God, whose law is a gift to everyone, as free as fire, as near as air, as basic as water and earth. Oh, praise God, the rock and the ground of our being, who gives us the fires of faith, the breath of spirit, the still waters of peace.
Israel, shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
Page 10. I, Miriam, stand at the sea and turn to face the desert, stretching endless and still. My eyes are dazzled, the sky brilliant blue, sunburnt sands unyielding white. My hands turn to dove's wings, my arms reach for the sky, and I want to sing the song rising inside of me. My mouth open, I stop. Where are the words? Where the melody? In a moment of panic, my eyes go blind. Can I take a step without knowing a destination? Will I falter? Will I fall? Will the ground sink away from under me? The song still unformed. How can I sing? To take the first step, to sing a new song, is to close one's eyes and dive into the unknown waters, for a moment knowing nothing, risking all, but then to discover the waters are friendly, the ground is firm, and the song rises again. Out of my mouth come the words lifting the wind, and I hear for the first the song that has been in my heart, silent, unknown even to me.
Ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Uratei lo, oseh feleh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Uratei lo, oseh feleh.
Who is like you?
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
Moses and the children crossed the sea, sang to you with songs of joy.
Who is like you, Adonai? Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Uratei lo, oseh Eloheinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom L'Shalom
Ve'amidenu shomreinu
L'Chaim Ufros Aleinu Shizrat Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Shizrat Shlomecha
shelter us beneath thy wings.
Oh Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. Oh Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us God wrong from right. Amen. Amen.
Pages 12 and 13, please rise for our Amidah. Adonai, Shifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, Morid atah, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar. Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated.
Page 14, we read together. All the invisible things fill our days, music and love and laughter. All the intangible things affect us, words and anger and prejudice. You are invisible and intangible, a God of moods and relationships. Within us, you are the spirit of unity. Beyond us, you are the guide to greatness. We pray to you with an invisible, intangible prayer. You answer with a flaming sunset and the touch of a baby's cheek.
Tasim le'olam, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam, Tasim le'olam, Tasim le'olam.
We pause for a moment of silent prayer.
always take a moment in our service to say a prayer for those who are ill and those who are in need of healing and wholeness, be it of their body, their mind, or their spirit. This evening, we especially hold in our prayers Stephen Rice, Jordan Silverman, Karen Silverman, Brian Roche, Roberta Feibush, Arlene Schwartz, Harriet Domro, Ellie Sitnick, Ron Labovitz, Elisa Foreman, Marty Borrell, Amy Gutterson, Dylan Reiner, Gail Schesser, Jack Stillman, Rona Shukovsky, Ed Russin, Jan Gale, Paul Gale, Michael Burson, Robin Gitlitz, Ronnie Gale, Grayson Shukovsky, Spencer Gray Rothstein, Vera Schwartz, Samuel Finkelstein, Erwin Lichtenfeld, David Aaron, Kerry Marticelli, Maya Madeline Capusili, Philip Dorff, Martin Schiff, Andrea Hershey, Alan Viome, Peter Blumberg, Susan Joseph, Evan Goldberg, Arlene Golden, Karen Meltzer, Jared Naratsky, Elka Brucha Bat Chayaratza, Jordan Horowitz, Daniel Scher, Victor Ruiz, Elliot Goldman, Lloyd Knapp, and Anthony Tricarico. If there are others that we should mention, people who could use our prayers for healing, we invite you to simply say their names aloud now. For those we've named, for those we haven't, and for those we name silently in our hearts. Misha Beirach Avotenu Vimotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors bless all those who are ill. May their doctors and nurses be skillful and compassionate. May those who care for them find support and comfort. And may they all be granted Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, the complete healing of body and spirit. As together we say, Amen.
Of strength, bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say
In our Torah portion this week, Re'eh, Moses reminds the Israelites of their favored status in God's eyes, that they are an Am Segulah, a treasured people, a people consecrated to Adonai, your God. And our people's tradition, our heritage, or rather, our inheritance, is to be celebrated. Now, once upon a time, there was one rabbi who grew to discover and embrace this imperative. Imagine that. There was once a city with 2 synagogues. One synagogue stood in the wealthiest neighborhood. It was an imposing structure with great golden doors, and inside was a beautiful sanctuary with a great ark. The ark itself had 2 golden doors, and it was filled with dozens of Sefer Torah, of Torah scrolls, outfitted with golden velvets and golden crowns. Now, This synagogue was exceptionally beautiful. It had everything, except, anyone want to take a guess what one thing it might not have had? People, right? Except congregants. Almost nobody ever came. No one came to pray or to study or to celebrate. Except on holidays and very special occasions, the synagogue was otherwise pretty empty. Each week, the rabbi there would come by, open the building, look around, make sure everything was in order, then close the building for the next week. Now, remember, I said there was another synagogue. That was the wealthy synagogue. There's the other synagogue, the second synagogue in this town. It was in the poorest part of the town. It was a broken down hovel of a building with cracked walls, and even the doors squeaked. But it had congregants, hundreds of them, in fact. They came each Shabbat. There was the elderly, the youthful, mothers, fathers, children. They all came because they loved Jewish life. They loved Torah, and they loved to celebrate it together. Now, the members of this congregation were so poor that they couldn't afford a Torah scroll. So they did a little finagling. They didn't want to tell their children that they couldn't afford one, so they built a pretend one. They got 2 sticks, a big blank piece of parchment paper, put them together, and called it a Torah. Then they used a crate, an old crate, and hung up an old curtain for an ark. And of course, there was an elderly man as part of this congregation who was blind, and he was the reader. Now, years before, he had learned Torah, memorized it, in fact. He could recite the entire Torah by heart. So each week, the old man pretended to read from the blank parchment to the crowds of people who listened intently, hanging on every single word. Torah was the life for these congregants, and nothing gave them greater joy than to figure out its meaning. Well, one week, the rabbi of the wealthy synagogue arrived at his shul. It was empty. He opened the great golden doors, turned the lights on, walked around the sanctuary. Everything was in order, as he expected. Nothing disturbed since the last week, or the week before that, for that matter. But as he was about to leave, he heard a noise, kind of a scratching sound. So he listened, and he started to seek out the source of that sound. He wanted to isolate it, see where it was coming from. Was it a bug? Was it a mouse? What was this scratching noise? Where was it coming from? He searched everywhere until he found it. It was coming from the ark. So, pressing his ear up against one of those golden doors, he listened. He didn't only hear the scratching sound now, he also heard some voices. Voices? Within the ark? Was someone in the ark? Was someone hiding in there? What is going on? So he took the big handles of this beautiful ark, cracked it open just a bit. And the door swung open, and the rabbi flipped back. Out of the ark came swarms and swarms of letters, of characters. Like big black bumblebees, these letters flew off the Torah scrolls and poured out of the ark. At first, the rabbi would swat at them, trying to get them away from him. He had no idea what was going on. He was trying to protect himself from this onslaught of Hebrew letters that were coming at him. But then he stopped, and he watched in amazement. There was a sharp whistle as a huge black Aleph stepped forward. As the Aleph sounded the order, the letters formed lines in the manner of soldiers. Alephs and Bets and Gimels and Daleds and Hays began to march in formation to a cadence called out by that Aleph. Harum tum tum, Harum-tum-tum. The rabbi couldn't believe what was going on. Stop, he yelled. What are you doing? And so the Aleph then signaled the rest of the letters to stop. And they stood at parade rest. Stepping forward, the Aleph addressed the rabbi. We're leaving. Leaving? The rabbi asked, not quite believing he was carrying on a conversation with an Aleph. Why? Why would you want to leave? Look at how we've treated you. We've dressed you in velvet and crowned you in gold. We show our highest reverence and respect to you. Why would you want to leave? It's true. You respect us, Rabbi, but you don't love us. Your ark is a prison. It's not enough to just dress up a Torah. You must open the Torah and open yourself to Torah. Rabbi, we're lonely. We need people to read us and learn from us and celebrate our teachings. So the rabbi was shocked to hear all of this. He pleaded with the letters, please don't leave, please don't abandon us. Rabbi, the Aleph replied, we're not leaving you. Long ago, you left us. We're going where we are appreciated. Now please, Rabbi, move out of the way so we can go. Well, I won't, the rabbi said. I won't move. Have it your way, the Aleph responded. And then 50 gimels, their kicking feet swinging wildly, charged the rabbi. He held up his hands and he ran from the attack. The Aleph whistled the command, forward, march! And the lines of the letters advanced once more. All the rabbi could do was watch in amazement and wonder as the letters jumped off the Torah scroll, formed those lines, and then they just marched out of the synagogue. And at last, the final Tav marched out. And the rabbi had the courage to call out, where are you going? And so the Tav held out a hand and said, follow us. So the rabbi followed this army of letters as it marched through the streets, and at last they reached their destination. Where do you think they ended up?
Yeah, their synagogue.
The poor synagogue, exactly. The doors of the poor synagogue. It was the moment of the service when the Torah is lifted. They were just at Hagbah. The old man stood and slowly hoisted the pretend Torah that he was pretending to read because he couldn't see. And as he turned to show the scroll to the congregation, as is customary, that's when the doors of the synagogue burst open. The congregants gasped in awe as the troops of letters marched in cadence, led by the huge Aleph, harum-tum-tum, harum-tum-tum. And the old man stood holding the blank Torah aloft, not knowing what happened. As the letters arrived on the parchment, they found their places, arranging themselves in words, then in verses, finally into columns. Feeling the letters and the words in his hands, the old man looked up in wonder. It's a miracle, he announced. Our Torah just became real. And so the congregants surged to the front of the sanctuary to see what happened. Someone began a song, and the old man picked up the scroll and began to dance. Soon everyone was dancing. And the rabbi, he stood there at the doorway watching all of this, couldn't believe what he had seen. First the letters marching, then the attack of the Gimels, and now they're dancing with the Torah. He had never seen people dance with a Torah. To him, a Torah was heavy, solemn, ponderous. One couldn't dance with a Torah. And so the rabbi slowly walked through the room. The weight of his seriousness immediately snuffed out the gaiety. Everyone stopped dancing and stared at the rabbi as he said to them, "How can you dance with the Torah?" And the old reader replied, "The Torah is holy. The Torah is heavy. The Torah must be revered. And so, how can you not dance with it? The Torah is our life, our joy, our gift. It's our gift and our inheritance to our children. Here, hold it in your arms, Rabbi." And so he handed the Torah over to the rabbi. The rabbi felt the warmth of the Torah infusing his body, and then a smile came to his lips and tears to his eyes. And he heard a voice from within, the commanding voice of that Aleph. "Dance." So his feet started moving as someone began to sing a song. He danced around and around, arm in arm with the old reader, and soon everyone was dancing, led by the rabbi. They danced and danced the whole day. And so next Shabbat, as the congregants arrived at the poor synagogue for the service, there was the rabbi sitting in the very first row. And as the Torah was read, he too strained to catch the depth of every single word. And when it was time for Hagbah to lift the Torah, he held it for many minutes. And when it was wrapped, he began the dance again. Around he danced until everyone danced along with him. And so, since that very day, the rabbi from that rich synagogue spends every Shabbos at the other synagogue, sitting in the very first row, listening intently and pondering each word. He argues with the blind reader about the deeper meaning of the text and receives the honor of lifting the Torah himself. He waits to hear the great Aleph issue the order, "Dance." And dance he does with the Torah in his arms. Shabbat Shalom. We rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Please be seated. We continue. And then all that has divided us will merge, and then compassion will be wedded to power, and then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle, and then both women and men will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will share equally in the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Our minds now turn to those who are no longer with us. If you're here remembering someone who has passed away, we invite you to rise when their name is read and to remain standing until we all rise at the end for the mourner's Kaddish. We remember those who passed away during the 7-day period of mourning Shuvah: Hillary Gross, wife of David Gross; We also remember those who've passed away during the 30-day period of Shiloshim: Heather Berry Gottlieb, Michael Miller, Shirley Siegel. If you are here remembering someone who has passed away in the last year, we invite you to rise. We remember those whose yahrzeits fall on this Shabbat: Barnett Abrams, Ruth Adler, Martin Beal, Paul Benowitz, Harriet Berliner, Lori Bonnet, Ruth Haskell Brenner, Sarah Chick Briskin Resnick, Mary Brody, Harry Brown, Faith Brown, Ann Chernitz, Jacqueline Dolman, Michael P. Eagle, Mabel Freeman, Shirley Goldfarb, Sarah Goldfine, Belle Goldner, Max Grifka, Henrietta Hirsch, Charles Holman, Julius Carton, Freda Kerner, Morris Cozen, Morris Abraham Leifer, Oscar Light, Lena Bennett Levine, Francis Lipson,
Alberto Latovsky, Ellis Lustig, Karna Mandelbaum, Jean Marquette, Abraham Miller, Miriam Maraskin, Marion T. Minch, Arthur Novi, Meyer Oken, Jack Orlick, Evelyn Osman, Michael Prager, Clara Pressler, Orrin Rogers, Joseph Jacob Rosen, Elaine Shane, Gertrude Schwartz, Nathan Siderman, Shirley Schulman, Ray Snyder, Louis Soloff, Bernard Steiner, Norman Steloff, Leonard H. Stritkowski, William Wyckoff, Edna Yesner, Irving Yaskowitz. And each week we name 6 individuals who perished in the Shoah, the Holocaust. Maisha Feinstein, Misha Shayevich, Sosa Mashkovich, Ruchali Stoyanover, Israel Gorochovsky, Shmulek Yanklevich.
We take all of these names said out loud and wrap them with the ones said in our hearts as together we rise as a community for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 18. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbam, Ve'alma divrach Yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon v'yomechon, Uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shalama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel, to which we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, Amen.
Please be seated.
It's my pleasure to announce our offerings for our service this evening for Shabbat. Offerings were made in memory of Heather Gottlieb, Michael Miller, Hillary Gross, and Don Falk. Temple offerings were also made for the yahrzeits of Ann Chernitz, Jacqueline Dolman, Max Rosenberg, Max Grifka, Mary Brody, Mabel Freeman, Francis Shaw, Harry Brown, Norman Steloff, Ruth Haskell Brenner, Alberto Latovsky, Abraham Miller, Shirley Goldfarb, Ronald Goldberg, Sarah Goldfine, Chick Sarah Resnick, Julius Carton, Evelyn Osman, Ray Snyder, Paul Benowitz, Michael Eagle, Elaine Shane. Offerings were also made in honor of the marriage of Lindsay Motlin and Adam Britanniak. Offerings were also made in honor of the 50th wedding anniversary of Cantor Wayne and Randy Syatt. We also pray for a complete and speedy recovery of Sylvia Mann and Liz Schachter. Do we have any good news that anyone would like to share with us? Please.
My professor for 55 years, Patrick Duffy, just turned 103. And
Wow.
last week he had his second book.
Oh my goodness! Wow. So, Professor, to be 103 years old and have his second book published, is that right? And he's still with it. Wow, that is quite the accomplishment. Well, mazel tov to him. That must have been very exciting. Please. Wow. Yom Huledet to you. Thank you. Mazel tov. 82nd birthday yesterday. That is also quite the accomplishment. Other good news to share? Please.
Wow.
Wow. So you discovered a new family. That is quite exciting and unexpected. What a serendipitous kind of occasion. Other good news? Please, in the back. Wow, wow, that's amazing.
86th or 87?
86. Wow.
Amazing.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing your good news. We love to hear it, and we'll hear some more next week. We hope. Please come and bring some.
If you are celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, 82nd or any number is welcome. If you are not yet bar bat mitzvah, or if you just like challah and you need a snack, come on up. Come on, Carolyn. I need some help here.
Can you use it as topping on your Sundae?
I guess you could. Challah topping?
Challah
A
topping
challah
on your
sundae.
Challah mode.
Oh, wow. Do you need more? I have a lot of extra. That's right. Just hold on to it till we say the blessing, and then you can eat. There you go. Wait, take both of them. There you go. Good.
Here we go.
Everybody got?
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. To conclude, an Oseh Shalom, an oldie but a goodie. This one the melody penned by Debbie Friedman. Oseh Shalom, B'Roma, Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael, ve'immeru, amen. Oseh Shalom B'Roma, Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael, ve'immeru,
blessing, so too do we like to leave in blessing. And so at this moment, I invite you to put your arms around those who you've come with, or put your hands on your hearts as we leave together in prayer. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May you be blessed, may you be safe. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May you be luminous, may you be loved. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you be joyous, may you be healthy, may you be whole. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom.